Hey everyone. Alright, this is a build on the single and dual coil of the Trident. I just got done drilling some holes on this one top cap for the Trident for the quad coil review and build next week. It's actually a pain. Stainless steel is not no joke. I ain't got a press or nothing like that, so I just use my drill bit. But basically what you need for everything to do a build is going to be a ruler. I usually always take my ruler and do 4 inches of kanthal pretty much no matter what build I'm doing. Of course that's going to change in 2 weeks. I did a different build on this single and dual coil this week. And I want to show you guys right now, but I kind of want to keep it for 2 weeks away because they're working really well. But I'm going to show you the build that I had on before that worked. It worked very well, just not as good as this build. So I'm going to show you this normal build that is most commonly used, and it's not that difficult to do. The other build that I have in the Tridents right now is a little bit more advanced, and it would be harder for someone to do. So I'm going to kind of leave that alone for right now. But basically everything you need for the build is going to be, for your cotton, it's going to be Q-tip brand Q-tips. You're going to need your needle nose pliers for when you're squishing your coils together, to use your torch to make them perfect micro coils. Depending on your torch, you may need a lighter to light your torch. Nail clippers usually work better than like wire snippers to cut this kanthal. I don't know why, but it just seems like they're better. Some scissors to cut the wick, to cut it to size for what you need for on the inside of your Trident. I use tweezers to pull the cotton end through the rest of the coil. It makes it easier for me instead of trying to grab it with my fingers. You're going to need your drill bit to wrap your coil around, whichever size you choose. This is 2mm drill bit. And then, let's see, obviously some juice. So yeah, that pretty much covers everything. I'm going to tear these old Tridents apart and get to it, because we try to make this video a little bit shorter than what I usually been doing on videos. Okay, so to pull these Tridents apart, you have to put them on a mod until the O-rings start to wear down. So I'm going to put that in there. This is the dual coil that I'm going to do first. So I've already took off the top cap and removed the drip tip from the top cap, which is the dual coil. So really I want the whole top cap to come off, so the O-rings on this drip tip are not that worn down, because I want to pull this whole top cap off when I pull off this top cap to drip directly on the wicks for my dual coil. That's just the way I like to do dual coils. On single coil, I like to pull out just the drip tip off of the Trident and drip directly in there without having to drip directly on the wick. So, okay, so you're going to want to put this on your mod to get off this middle section of the Trident, because, like I said, until the O-rings are worn down, it's not that easy to do. Okay, so I'm just going to rip this out. I'm not going to show you guys this Trident, because, like I said, I want to keep it for 2 weeks, or show you guys in 2 weeks. So, screw it, I'll just put it in there, that old wick. Okay. So you need a flathead screwdriver also if you're gonna pull off these screws for this Trident. Of course, my tweezers are straight and not curved at the tips of the tweezer, so it's actually pretty easy to get them in the screw and unscrew them. So you can probably use your tweezers to unscrew it, or just use a flathead screwdriver. Like I said, my tweezers work, so no big deal. There goes my micro coils out of there, and now I can start with these other. So grab some kanthal. Like I said, I like doing all my builds at 4 inches. So, and I had someone suggest that I do better close-ups of these builds, but I don't know what to tell you, because I don't like getting really close, because then you can't see exactly what I'm doing, because as soon as I start wrapping these, you're not going to be able to see me anyways, because my hands are going to be in the way of the video, so you're not going to be able to see me do this anyway. So I think it's better for you to get kind of like a perspective of kind of what I'm doing from far away, and then I show you after I'm done doing it close up. So sorry if you don't like that. I can't please everyone. So, in my personal opinion, I think that's just the best way to do this. I don't like the up close bit. To me, I just don't think that I can show you very well on what I'm doing. So, grab this first kanthal, and I'll hold that end of kanthal with my fingernail, okay, and then I'll just start wrapping it around, and I'm gonna wrap it until I have no more kanthal left, pretty much, with a little bit on the end, and I'll show you that when I'm done. Okay, so I'm gonna get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and get 11, 10 wrap is what I'm going to get. So, we're going to, I'm going to show you this first, and I got a chair in my way. So I'm going to show you that this is not a perfect microcoil, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make it a perfect microcoil. So autofocus on this, or actually focus on this.
LG created e-cig, which cleans in minutes, not hours.
Is your conditioner doing the job?
Why is it not focusing?
New Dove Daily Moisture with our most effective conditioner ever. It gives you up to 5 times smoother hair in one wash.
So
New Dove Daily Moisture.
Why did LG turn up Turbo Wash, which saves 20 minutes on larger loads? Because
that's what we got there. See how that's...
a lot of minutes.
Sorry about the camera. But you see how that's not perfect? Definitely not perfect. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make that perfect. So put back on autofocus. Alright, so you're going to grab this in between. Let me just make sure here. Because I can do this part close up. So hold on.
One more week. We heard you, mate. So we're adding one more week of unlimited scampi, buffalo, or crispy battered shrimp. Try them all with our chicken and sirloin plus a side for just $14.99. But unlimited shrimp is only here for one more week, so hurry in before it's gone.
So this part I can do close up. I can't wrap a coil while I'm on video. It just does not work, and I see so many other people that try to build a microcoil on camera try to do it, and it just doesn't work. So you're going to want to try to include both the legs of the coil and squish it together.
The porcelain throne, The toilet. No matter what you call
Okay,
it,
and you're just
Clorox
gonna
has been trusted to keep
lightly
it
hold it
clean
together
for
so
100
that it's like
years.
that. Okay, so I don't need to be up close for the rest of this, so I'm going to autofocus that. And I'm going to hold this together just tight enough so that it's all squished up. Okay. Good thing about a Zippo, light it, stays lit all by itself. So light up your torch. Okay. I can set that down. Just got to stand on it. And then I'm going to heat up this until it's nice and red. Okay. So get it nice and red. And then you're going to want to dip it in some water. The cool thing about this is I have a faucet right in front of me since I'm at my kitchen. At my kitchen counter. Most people just let it cool down. I like getting it wet because then I can grab it right away and it won't be hot right after I get it nice and red. I can just dip it in the water and it'll be nice and cooled down. Okay, so that's the first one. And I'll show you how it looks. Like I said, I can grab it right away. And it's a perfect microcoil. So let's show you this. Okay. Perfect microcoil by squishing and lighting it on fire. Or torching it, whatever. But you get the point. Now, you want to make sure that the legs are not obviously overlapping any coils on the inside. You don't want any of the legs or coils wrapping over another, which this one kind of is. Which kind of sucks because it makes it hard, but I fixed it. It's kind of hard to show you fixing it on camera. It's not exactly perfect, but I'm gonna torch it again because if you see, I kind of spaced it away from the coil, so I'm just gonna torch it again really quick. I'm not gonna show you after. I'm just gonna do it really quick because I want it to be completely perfect. I almost lost my coil. That would have really sucked. Okay. Okay, so nice and cool down now, just by dipping it in the water real quick, and there you go. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, and like I said, this is for the dual coil setup, so got another piece of kanthal here, grab my drill bit, hold it with a nail, start wrapping. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I let go of it on accident. 6, 7, 11. Okay, I'm still 11. Good. You want to make sure that both of them are the same. If you don't wrap them around the same amount of times, it'll be one coil is going to be more of a resistance than the other one. So you want to make sure that you get both of them exactly the same as much as possible. Obviously, you ain't going to be perfect, but you can try. I'm going to pull this leg down a little bit. Hold on. Put it back in the drill bit. Okay, there we go. So, put it in between my needle nose. Try to grab both them legs on the end also. And you squeeze it. Okay. Light your Zippo or light your torch. Okay. I'll turn on the water first so I don't have to turn it on while I'm doing it. Get it nice and red. Underneath the water. Now it's nice and cooled down already. Just like that. Grab the coil. Okay. Now, show you this coil. Okay. Alright. There we go. Perfect. See how it's a little bit like the middle is kind of like pushed down. The good thing about this, the way that I'm doing this, you can fix that micro coil so that it's perfectly straight, like how right. Hold on, I gotta get the right distance here.
It's time to meet our 3 contestants.
But you see how it's all not straight, like obviously like the drill bit. It doesn't really matter with cotton, because cotton, once you stick it in there and get it wet or soak up some juice in it, it's going to expand. So it's not going to matter. So the coil is going to touch the wick very well, and it's going to have very great contact on the wick. It's not going to matter. Alright, so we got both of them built. Now we're going to want to put them on our Trident here. So we're done with the nail clippers, the ruler. We still need the scissors. We're done with these needle nose pliers. Of course, I still got to build single coils, so we're not going to put them away. But for this, we're done with them. So we want to make sure that your tweezers are dry, because you're going to be messing with the new wick. So pull off the ends of the Q-tip, which that is too small, so that's not going to help me. Okay, so that's a good piece off of that Q-tip. I got most of the cotton off of the end of the Q-tip. This one I don't think I'm going to get nope, I didn't get a good piece off of there neither, so. Alright, that's a good piece. Okay. So we got our 2 pieces of wick. We're going to stick these on the Trident. So we'll stick the coil back on the drill bit. And you're going to want the center post to get the leg that's going under, and I'll show you here. So, okay, so what I'm talking about is, if you look at the coil, that one leg is coming from the top, the closer one. Okay, so it's coming from the top. See how that closer one to the camera is going over, and then the one farther away is going under. You want to take that under one, and you want to put it through the center positive post. Okay, and you're going to do it on the same thing for the other coil. Okay, so
No, thanks. I'll always take care of you. My children will take care of you too.
alright.
And their children after that. And theirs. Forever.
I hate fishing these coils through with these screws on. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take them off. Because I freaking hate it. I hate it. It never works for me. Never. Okay. So, I'm going to grab this second coil. Okay. And this one with the closer one, the closer leg is the one going under. So I'm going to stick it on the outside here. And, okay, so the coil is a little tweaked because I ain't got the drill bit in there. So see how it's like that, all crooked. I ain't got the drill bit in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work from the outsides, so the negative post, to the positive post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this other coil on here also. Okay. Which is also very, very hard on camera. Okay. Wow, that's difficult. Okay, so they're both on there. I just got to get the screws on there. And then, like I said, I'm going to work from the negative posts and then to the positive. So I'm going to do both negatives and then the positive. So I'm going to turn autofocus back on and get these screws on. And I'm going to get them. One turn. That's all I need. Okay, so that's one turn. And one turn. Okay. And get the center one. Okay. Okay. One turn. Alright. Now since I did that, and I don't want these coils too far from the post. I want them as close as I can get them, but without touching. So I'm going to show you that here before I tighten this down. Or actually, no, I can tighten it down first. But I'm going to use a drill bit to hold this coil perfectly level, okay? And then I'll tighten down the negative post for the first coil, okay? Okay, so that's tightened down. And then I'm going to take out this drill bit, put it in the other coil, and I'm going to level that one out, and then tighten up its negative post. I want to get it as close as I can to the post first. Make sure it's level. Okay, so that looks about good. It's level, so I'll tighten up this negative post. And obviously it's harder when you tighten up the positive post, because you got to keep both of the coils level, which sometimes is very, very hard. But I'm going to show you this before I tighten up the positive, and you'll see how the coils are not level, and I got to make both of them level before I tighten it up.
Don't overthink it.
Okay, so you see how it's not level? It's all propped up for the center, like near the positive post. You see the left side of that coil is being raised up because it's kind of springy still, because I did not tighten on that positive post, so it's kind of not doing anything to keep it level and straightened out. So that'll fix when I tighten down the positive post. Okay, so this is the other side, and
Travel the world without leaving home.
Whatever the reason, whatever the dish, make it delicious with Swanson.
That's why I cook. Get to pizza pleasing faster than Kenny can dodge a question.
okay, so that one's pretty good. So I'm probably going to have to level out the other side while I tighten down the positive post, while I'm trying to keep this one right here also level. But the one that's really messed up is the one that I want to try to keep level with the drill bit inside. Okay, so also want to make sure that you keep the coil off of the base of the deck, because if you don't, then you're going to short your coil, obviously. So put this one in there, keep the coil level, start tightening down this positive post, and hopefully the other coil will stay pretty well, which it looks like it's staying alright. So let's tighten this down and see. Okay, so it's a little crooked, but what I can do is I can squeeze it and kind of twist it a little bit. Okay, and double check all the posts, make sure they're tight. Okay, so they're all good. Now I want to grab all these wires and lift them up, make sure they're not touching anything else. But I want to be able to test fire this and check the ohms. You got to make sure that the wires are not on the deck, because then they're going to short. So I'm going to grab all the wires and I'm going to just pull them up. I'm going to show you. And one of these coils is not all touching no more, so I'll have to show you that too. But okay, so this is the one that needs to be fixed. Ah, crap. I had it. There we go. Alright, so you see how it's spread apart? It's no longer all touching. So I'm going to fire it to be able to squish it together and get it hot and fix that microcoil. But you see how all the wires are sticking up? Got them all sticking up right now, so they're not touching the decking. This is already going to turn into 2 videos, and I've only built the one, so that's great. Let's check the ohms. Okay, so it is 1.8. Okay, so since it's dual coil, I'll turn it to 2.8.
We'll find some kind of way to help them. The book?
because of my dual coil. Oh, I can't turn to 2.8, duh. So I'm going to have to put it, I usually put it 2.2 above for single coil. With the dual coil, I only put it 1.2 ahead. So I was going to try to start lower, so I'm starting at 2.9 to fire this.
Careful. Hold my hand.
Okay, now I can turn it up. One more whole volt, so the 4.0. So I didn't want to pop no coils, so I was starting at one below. Okay, now they're starting to glow. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to glow them again so I can squish this coil together. And like I said, is you can fix them coils while they're on the mod. How I showed you, they were kind of not straight completely, and that's basically what I'm doing right now. This is a little bit more of an advanced technique. It's kind of hard to do. It's kind of why I'm not showing you, because it's really hard to do.
Form a circle of salt to protect from zombies, witches, and new boyfriend.
And what about new boyfriend?
Okay, so that was the end of the video. And that was all messed up for focus, but that was the end of the video, so I have to make another one. I'm going to combine them. I think that I'm going to make the coil and everything for the single coil without actually recording it, because this is starting to get really long. I didn't think it'd take me that long to do this, but to make sure this is perfect, and also to put it on video kind of makes it harder to do. So, but these are both firing pretty even. The one is firing or getting red a little bit faster than the other one. So I'm just kind of messing with it right now, just trying to make them fire the same. Okay, now they're firing the same, so I can show you.
Where's Danny?
If you survive, then you battle me.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the competition is
So try to get them both.
You're trying
And the same amount of shade there. So you see they both light up together at the same time. Then they cool down at the same time. Okay, so back to autofocus. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to break off the legs of the coils. Just double check your screws before you break them off. Like this positive was a little bit loose, not really. So we'll grab these and we'll just snap them off.
You've got finding time for what matters down to a science. You're the reason.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just wiggle them back and forth, up and down, and they snap right off. And that's the best way to do it, in my opinion, because if you snip them off, then they leave a little bit. But if you wiggle them off, it's gonna be nothing left of it from where you wiggled it off. Okay. I don't know where that leg just went that I just broke off. Went somewhere. Okay, so there's that one. And then we're going to check the ohms of these coils again. Also fire them again. Make sure they're both lighting like they're supposed to. Yup, together. Alright. Now we're going to check the ohms. Just to make sure it's still the same. And 1.8. Alright, perfect. Now what we just got to do is make our width. Sweet. So I found the easiest way is to cut the side of the Q-tip as very little as possible so that you can spread it apart and kind of pull it apart the easiest. So you're just going to cut the side of it. Very, very, very little sliver off of the side. Spread it apart, pull it apart, thin it out.
Get this video TV and put it on Walmart's free layaway with no opening fee. Walmart.
You can't stain your shirt if you're not wearing your shirt. Real life calls for a really good pizza. So what do you want on your tombstone?
Nobody dreams about cleaning their oven. So LG created Easy Clean, which cleans
Yeah, so you thin it out like this. Okay.
To celebrate Pizza Hut's
And
50th
roll it up.
anniversary, we're bringing you the unbelievable $6.55 early week deal. Start your week out right with the large Pizza Hut pizza for just $6.55 when we carry out. Ask or click for the $6.55 early week deal today.
And you just roll it up.
5 years of helping you make it great.
What's hot now?
Don't twist it, don't compress it, just
New Max Volume Wire Brush sweeps lashes up and out for bigger, longer, 3 times the volume. New Max Volume
try to roll it.
from Easy Breezy.
And this is what I was telling you, trying to wrap them coils.
Milk versus OJ.
My hand's just going to get in the way anyways. That's why I don't like doing the up close bit, because it doesn't work. Okay, so you roll it up, and then once you have it rolled up, what you're going to do is you're going to put it in the palm of your hand like that, and you're going to put your finger like that, and you're just going to roll over it until it kind of gets compressed.
New Dove Daily Moisture with our most effective conditioner ever. It gives you up to 5 times smoother hair in one wash. New Dove Daily Moisture. Marshall's savviest shoppers are going to see who's found the most fabulous designer and branding deals.
So, and that's what you have left. Okay, that's what you have left, just like that. And I'm going to do the other one off camera. Make sure your top doesn't touch anything. Okay, grab my other one. Pull it apart. What? 7:37. Got a TV show coming on at 8. I'll try to get this done. I'm also taking a lot of time on this video. I might have to really start editing, because these videos are just getting really long, and I hate to do that to you guys. But I'm just trying to be as informative as I possibly can with these videos. And when you cut time out of them, man, I just don't feel like that I'm giving you enough information. So when I'm sitting here trying to do this, and I'm explaining to you, giving you as much information as possible on how I'm doing this, and all of that, I just think that I'm making it better for you to be successful at doing this, in my opinion. So I really don't want to cut down time, but it's just, I think it's kind of unappealing to some people that the video is so long. Okay. Okay, so this wick is done, and like I said, not doing it on camera was just really easy for me to do it fast and not have that much of an issue. So we're gonna cut off the end here to make it easier to wrap it or twist it a bit into the coil. So I'll show you this one. I'm not going to show you the second one. So grab this. Like I said, it's so much harder on camera. Okay. So you're going to want to twist this end here. Okay. Where it's nice and small. Press it. Okay, it's going to get really small. Oh, I need my tweezers. Because I got to pull it through. Okay, so back to that. Compress it. Put it through your coil. Grab your tweezers. Pull that end through until it gets stuck. Okay, like that. Got stuck. It wouldn't let me pull no more cotton through. So that's good. And then I'm going to grab my scissors. Cut off my end here. So I'm going to put my scissors like that and just snip it off. Then for dual coils, I just wrap it underneath once. So if you see, like right here is the end for that cotton. So I'm going to give one more little section the same length as that, and I'm going to cut it off. Okay, so I got about right there. So I'm going to cut it about there. Okay, and then I'm just going to double it under. Okay, so stick it directly under, just like that. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to put that middle section on without messing with that wick no more, and I'm going to kind of flatten it out once I get it soaked with juice. I'm going to do the other one the same. Tweezers, scissors, grab these other pieces of cotton, put them over here. Alright, so I'll do my other coil here. So what side do I start with this side? So this is a good side over here. Okay, so cut off this end. Make it easier for me to thread it through the coil. Twist and press it down so I can get through the coil. Pull it through with my tweezers. So I can't pull it through no more. And apparently this piece of cotton is really bad. Yeah, this cotton's bad. That sucks. It's not thick enough. So I'm gonna have to do another one. That's great. I thought I grabbed a good piece of cotton off. Apparently I didn't. Okay, here's a good one. this one's thick enough neither. Dang it. This is the first time I've ever had a problem with cotton being thick enough, so I don't know what the deal is, but getting a problem right now. Okay. I think no. Dang. It's not thick enough. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this other piece of wick that wasn't thick enough and put it together with this one maybe.
Courses starting at $12 every Monday night. Amazon More Mondays. With your choice of signature entrees, super fresh salad, and appetizer or dessert. This Monday, come home to Carrabba's. Even Ragu users chose Prego, home-style Alfredo over Ragu Classic Alfredo.
Yeah, see, now I'm only pulling one piece of cotton through. Jesus. I'm just not having luck right now with this cotton, I swear. Yeah, I'm not pulling off nothing right now. Jeez.
Go for Health. For a clean that's up to 4 times better, try these Crest Pro Health products together. Crest Pro Health protects not just some, but all these areas dentists check most.
This is going to be a very good activity.
Go Pro with Crest Pro Health toothpaste.
There we go. That's a really nice piece that I just got.
Brighter, fresher, cleaner.
This is really, really good piece right here.
I see you made yourself breakfast.
How'd you know?
16. That's how many pairs of socks he goes through in a week. But it's fine, because I use Tide with bleach, which helps keep his socks brilliantly white. Hold on. Tide with bleach alternative is back. That's my Tide. What's yours? No, very nice. What a piece. You can't draw a woman with straight lines. No straight lines. Oh, yeah, Taylor, remember, always get more. Here's what you got. Hershey's Drops. Perfectly bite-sized drops of rich and creamy chocolate happiness.
Yeah, this is a really, really good piece.
Life is delicious.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Now we start rolling it up.
Perfect size, form-fitting fabric, handcrafted legs. Wow. Oh, so comfortable. And teal. Find what speaks to you. Then refine it. Choose your style, choose your color, get it fast in 10 days or less. That's Express Request. And it's only a Tier 1 import.
Well, look at his feet.
So it doesn't have to be a big deal for you. Because it's going to be compact. You can get, manage your account online and count on a 2-hour appointment window. Because in the end, it's the entertainment. It's going to be the future of all.
Bam.
I need to keep my bones strong.
There we go.
I went to my active. Just 2 chocolate sauces a day for the bone strengthening calcium and vitamin combination I need. Tastes great. My active. Choose to be strong.
Kristen loves soda, but she doesn't know that soda has acid, which breaks down too fast. Thankfully, she uses acid stored mouthwash.
Alright. Now we got that done, both sides. Take this cap here. Make sure green vapor is facing the correct way. Take our juice. Get these wicks a little bit damp so I can stuff them correctly. we just want to stuff them in the cup of the Trident. So really we just want to get the edges of the wick saturated so that we can stuff it correctly without the middle cap catching the wicks. So that's pretty much all we're doing that for. So, okay, now that we got that, we'll line up these holes with the coils before we set it down. So about right there is good. Like I said, these O-rings are still being worn in, so it's kind of hard to get it on there. But once you set it, you can kind of just press on both sides and then go to the other sides and press down on it. Good job, I tell you. The big O-rings are not a joke. Okay, now that that's done, you can take the little scissors and you can push on the wicks nice. But if you don't, the cap's going to do it anyways, the top cap. So you might as well just do it so the top cap doesn't catch it. Okay? So you're going to stuff it into the cup. Okay? As best you can. Stuff it in the cup. Alright. I think I ran out of video. Seriously, I've never done this long of a video, and I think I ran out of time with my phone. So that was very, very bad. Put this top cap on. See if I can vape it here for you guys before I run out of video. It's tough. There we go. Jesus. Alright. Technical difficulties with this phone. But basically where I left off was I was just about to take a hit off of this. Alright, so it's at 1.8 ohms, and I got it running at 4.5 volts. and it's 20% PG and 80% VG. And I'm gonna have to do that single coil build tomorrow. It's getting kind of late. I know I'm a day late on the build videos that I said I was gonna do. Because I said the weekend, it's already Monday. I'm gonna get these videos up. Well, I'm gonna have to merge them all together. Like I said, I was having problems with the phone, so I'll merge them all together and get that done and upload it and do that single coil build tomorrow. This is just a lot of issues that I was having during this build. Usually I don't have this many issues, but I've had a little bit more than I was expecting. But this is the dual coil Trident build. Yeah, it's a good vape now that I drilled out the holes for the dual coil. Like I said that I was gonna do, I drilled out the holes, so they're both 2mm now, instead of one being 1.5mm and one being 1.8 millimeters. So now it's working great. I'm getting exactly how much airflow I need. It's exactly how I want it. It's working great. Like I said, the only issue that I'm having right now is taking it apart. But besides that, it's working really good now for dual coils. I was trying to drill out the holes for the quad coil setup next week, and I finally got it done. Of course, I kind of chewed up the top section a little bit, but it's stainless steel, not a big deal. But hopefully I can fix my phone issue. I got it on memory card. The reason why I was having issues was it was on external storage, so it kind of was flipping out on me, but we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow when I get to the maximum cutoff for time for a video, that it doesn't have an issue now that it's on memory card. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, talk to you guys later.